D&D Beyond announced their full release. Welcome to my channel. I focus on tabletop role-playing games, video games, and science fiction. So here is the release on their website. Now, I'm pleased to announce that D&D Beyond will fully launch on Tuesday, August 15th. At that time, all official content and 2 subscription tiers will be available for players. You can finally access the elusive chromatic orb, whatever. Again, we appreciate the incredible participation from everyone during the beta and ask for continued support as we polish between now and launch. We can now share full details on pricing. So are you ready to bend over and have someone take full advantage of you? Okay, let's talk about the pricing. D&D Beyond provides flexible purchasing option for both official digital content and subscriptions. Players will be able to unlock official Dungeons & Dragons content in digital format for a one-time purchase that is integrated into the tool set. Players can purchase individual game elements or bundled content within any official source. You can like to play Barbarians, you can unlock that class and all of its options only. Want to run a Tomb of Horrors from Tales from the Yawning Portal? Unlock that single adventure. Digital source books such as the Player's Handbook or Volo's Guide will be available for $29.99. While adventure modules such as Curse of Strahd or Storm King's Thunder will be available for $24.99. Notice it didn't mention anything about the Dungeon Master's Guide in that phrase, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be available for $29.99, but we'll find out in a bit. For the first week after launch, the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Monster Manual will be on sale for $19.99 each. Okay. Players get the most out of their D&D Beyond experience by signing up for one of 2 subscription tiers. The Hero tier at $2.99 a month is intended primarily for players. It removes ads on the site. We haven't heard much about that before, allowing players to create an unlimited number of characters and add publicly shared homebrew content to your collection to use within the tool set. The Master tier at $5.99 a month is intended primarily for Dungeon Masters in full groups. It grants all the benefits of Hero tier but allows a DM to share all her unlocked content with other players within a campaign. Interesting. It's her. Okay, not him or her. It's her. Okay. So content does not have to be unlocked by every player. Very sexist of them, in my opinion, to put her. They should have put him or her, but they put her. So in essence, but anyway, we won't get on to that. What does this mean? Okay, so we got the price. Let's just do a little bit of comparison. Amazon's prices change all the time, but when I prepared this, D&D Beyond is $29.99 for the Player's Handbook. On Amazon, it's $30.77 right now. Volo's Guide is $33.96. Curse of Strahd is $32.34. And Storm King's Thunder is $32.04. All of them prices vary based upon how Amazon is selling things and what they've got. So, yes, it's a little cheaper than Amazon. Shall we say a little cheaper than Amazon? Now, if you haven't, but here's the interesting thing, because if you read through the forum, if you've purchased it, you're just out of luck. If you've got the books, you're just out of luck. You get no discount. You have to buy it all again. That's right. You get no discount whatsoever. You have to buy it all again. Now then, what does that mean? For if you're like I am, you're probably going to buy it right when it comes on sale. You're going to buy the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Monster Manual, each for $19.99 a piece. Then I'm going to need the Dungeon Master tier, which is $5.99 a month. So it's going to cost me for the first year $131.85 to use the stuff that I already own in hardback. Okay. All right. So now then, somewhere on here, I'll just read this because I'm not bouncing around. A native mobile app is in parallel development. You'll be able to access your unlocked content offline via this app. And what this means is you can only access your content via their application. A couple of questions. Can you install the app on multiple systems? Now I have a tablet, I have a desktop, I have another system. So am I going to be able to install it on all three of those? Okay, so can I log into multiple at the same time? That's an interesting question. Are they going to do that? Now, I was wrong in a previous video. I'm willing to admit I was wrong. I was looking at storage limits for web applications. And when they first came out, the storage limits on a web application were like 5 meg, which I thought is going to be really worthless because you can easily exceed that. So what happens is that has changed, and I put a link down below. If you're using Chrome, it's 6% of your available disk space. So if you've got a 100 gig drive, you'll have 6 gig of storage space. If you've got a 500 gig drive, you got 30 gig. And if you get a terabyte, you got 120 gigabytes. So that's plenty of space, I admit, for your app. That's changed. But still, the price of this thing is, you're talking $70, $6 a month times a month, a little bit less than $72 a year, just for being able to access your content. Now, interesting questions. Okay, I buy all my offline content. I'm going to make an assumption that I've got to buy at least 1 month the master tier to get the app loaded to my system. But now if I don't pay, will I still be able to access my content? If I buy only 1 month of the master tier, and the second month, will I be able to run the app and get access to all my content that I've purchased? These are interesting questions. Knowing the way, my guess, I have not been very impressed with this site, as everybody who knows me. I'm guessing that no, you have to have your at least a subscription active so you can access your content. So in essence, you've got to buy your subscription. You've got to give them their money every month, or you can't play. Sounds like such a wonderful deal, doesn't it? Of course, I may be wrong. I was wrong about how much storage space. I wasn't wrong about the Twitch integration. Now, will that be interesting? With the issue going on with Google Hangouts, maybe Twitch integration will be a good thing. I've looked at character generation, the builder, and I'm going, for a novice, that might be useful. For some, it probably will be useful. For me, I'm not really that's really not that important. But, okay, it's a useful tool. You'll have the free stuff that's still there. You'll be able to have more characters. You'll be able to have access to your content. All right. It's just that this thing has got kind of expensive. I have probably not because of my situation. I make a reasonable amount of money, and so this is a hobby that I can afford. But I'm just worried about people who have a hard time, who are, who don't, as not as well off as I am, and they have to, this is that it's only $6 a month. It's only like the guy coming around with a protection scheme. You only got to give me a little bit every month, or I will burn down your establishment. And that's what they're basically saying. Once you put your content in there, if you put your content into this system and you quit buying the subscription, do you have access to it? These are interesting questions. So, to me, that's like protection scheme. Oh, you just gotta give me a little taste every month, or I'm not gonna let you have access to the stuff that you've created. So for me, I can't see any reason to put my content on D&D Beyond. I can't. What's the advantage of putting it there? I manage it on my disk, yes. It's scattered. It's not as organized. It's not as indexed. Well, it actually may be even better indexed than they do. But that's just simply because of me. But I'm really discouraged by this pricing. This is what I sort of expected from D&D Beyond. So tell me what you think. Am I totally off base? Or is this just made the hobby kind of expensive to play if you're using computers? And the fact that you get no discount, read through the forums, no discount if you've already bought the books. If you were an early adopter and bought 5th edition, yeah, you just have to bend over and buy it again, because they're not giving you anything if you've got a print copy. And their argument is, well, we're doing this all through Curse and not through Wizards of the Coast. And to me, that's just a totally false argument, because it's the same game. It's Dungeons and Dragons. And you're going, oh, but it's a different company. And I go, I don't care. So what happens is that the fact that they're not integrating with Wizards of the Coast so that they could know who that is, who owned it, and leave it to Wizards of the Coast, that says a lot, doesn't it? It's that Curse is trying to, I'm sure they're giving a kickback to Wizards of the Coast. But to me, this is slimy. This is what I sort of expected from Curse. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I'll probably get a bunch of hate mail. I don't care. I think this is wrong. But I love the game, and I will be buying it. Yes, I'm bent over and expecting to be them probably not to even use any lube. But that's what's going to happen. And so everything I said about this is there. Is this, and I have this hard question for everyone. If you're playing in person, is it worth it? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to, now the Masters tier, if you've got a group and you can get together and, say there's 6 of you, a DM and 5 players, you can each cough up $1 a month. So if you're gaming twice a month, that's 50 cents a game. Okay. But that's what you're thinking. That's what you've got to pay to get access to this stuff. And you're limited to 12, somewhere it describes it, you're limited to 12 players. So if you're a DM, you can share your content with 12 players, which is okay. That's a good sized group. That's larger than most groups. And I've actually run groups larger than that, but that's fairly rare. So that's not, the number is okay, but it's still, yeah, it's not much money, but it's just the principle of the thing. If you're going to game, that they're basically forcing you to pay every month that you want to game. And that to me his counter. But then, what can you expect? This is Wizards of the Coast, and this is Curse. So thank you for watching my video. I look forward to learning what you think about this video. Let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, press the thumbs up button. You can subscribe by clicking the link in the lower left. If you are interested, there are links to more content.